Chapter 3. Multi-channel engagement. Strategies for deeper dialogue. When a small outdoor gear company launched its latest line of hiking backpacks, the initial sales numbers were modest despite a well-crafted advertising campaign. Instead of pushing harder through traditional channels, the marketing team shifted focus to creating conversations, engaging hikers on social media groups, hosting live Q&A sessions with product designers, and collaborating with local adventure communities. Over time, these multi-channel interactions transformed casual buyers into passionate brand advocates who not only returned for future purchases, but also brought new customers into the fold. This example highlights a fundamental shift in how brands must engage today. Success depends less on broadcasting messages and more on fostering ongoing dialogues across multiple touchpoints. The era of single-channel campaigns or linear funnels is giving way to dynamic ecosystems where content, community, and commerce intersect seamlessly. Customers no longer follow predictable paths. They jump between platforms, seek authentic connections, and expect brands to listen as much as they speak. For marketers and business leaders aiming to deepen customer relationships and drive sustained growth, mastering multi-channel engagement is no longer optional. It's essential. This chapter explores practical strategies for building those deeper dialogues that resonate across diverse channels. It moves beyond simply being present everywhere to being meaningfully present, adapting messaging and experiences based on audience preferences while maintaining consistency in brand voice and value. From integrating social media conversations with personalized email outreach to leveraging community feedback and product development, each tactic contributes to an adaptive marketing ecosystem that evolves in tandem with customers. Readers will discover frameworks for identifying which channels truly matter for their audiences and how to orchestrate interactions that feel natural rather than intrusive. Real-world case studies demonstrate how leading organizations have overcome siloed approaches by integrating dialogue at every stage of the customer journey. The insights presented here are designed not only to inform, but also to inspire actionable shifts in mindset, encouraging marketers to think beyond transactions and cultivate lasting connections. By embracing multi-channel engagement as a strategic imperative rather than a checklist item, businesses can unlock richer customer insights, improve loyalty, and create revenue streams that grow sustainably over time. This chapter equips readers with both the conceptual foundation and tactical tools necessary to transform fragmented communications into cohesive conversations, setting the stage for marketing ecosystems built on trust, relevance, and mutual value. Crafting unified brand voices, tailored to each channel's unique context. In the landscape of multi-channel engagement, a brand's voice cannot be a one-size-fits-all message broadcast uniformly across platforms. Each channel operates within its ecosystem, shaped by user expectations, content formats, and interaction styles. And successful brands recognize this diversity as an opportunity rather than a constraint. Crafting a unified brand voice tailored to these unique contexts requires strategic finesse. It's about maintaining core brand values while adapting tone, messaging style, and storytelling techniques to resonate authentically in each environment. Consider how Nike approaches this challenge. On Instagram, their voice leans into visual storytelling with high-impact images and motivational captions that inspire individual athleticism and community pride. Meanwhile, on Twitter, Nike adopts a more conversational tone, engaging directly with customers through timely replies and joining trending conversations related to sports culture. The consistency lies in the underlying themes of empowerment and performance. The difference is in execution that fits each platform's rhythm and audience behavior. This adaptive approach addresses one of the fundamental problems with traditional funnels: rigidity. When marketers disseminate identical messages across multiple channels indiscriminately, they risk alienating audiences who expect contextually relevant communication. A LinkedIn user seeking professional insights will likely disengage if confronted with overly casual or promotional language more suitable for Facebook or TikTok. Conversely, applying corporate jargon on Instagram undermines authenticity and reduces emotional connection. Building such nuanced brand voices begins with a deep understanding of the audience, mapping not only demographic data, but also behavioral patterns unique to each channel's community. This insight guides choices about vocabulary, imagery style, post frequency, and even response timing. For example, customer support inquiries might thrive on Twitter due to its immediacy and public visibility. In contrast, long-form thought leadership is best suited for a company blog or a LinkedIn article series, where space allows for richer dialogue. Another critical element is ensuring internal alignment across teams responsible for content creation, social media management, customer service, and sales enablement. Without clear guidelines anchored in shared brand principles, but flexible enough to empower contextual adaptation, inconsistent messaging can fracture customer perceptions rather than unify them. Ultimately, crafting unified yet channel-tailored brand voices transforms marketing from broadcasting into an ongoing conversation, where every touchpoint feels intentional and personalized, without losing sight of the overarching identity. This adaptive communication builds trust by meeting audiences where they are, rather than forcing them into predefined pathways dictated by outdated funnel models. Brands embracing this mindset create ecosystems where content flows naturally between commerce opportunities and community interactions, because the voice speaking at every juncture honors both who they are and who their customers want them to be right now, not just down some linear pipeline, but throughout an evolving relationship landscape. Designing interactive calls to action that foster genuine customer conversations. Traditional calls to action, CTAs, often focus on a single transactional outcome: click here, buy now, sign up, treating the customer as a conversion point rather than a conversation partner. To foster genuine dialogue, CTAs must evolve from commands into invitations that encourage interaction and build relationships over time. Designing interactive CTAs involves crafting touchpoints that engage customers in meaningful ways across channels while remaining authentic to your brand voice. Start by identifying the specific conversational goals behind each CTA. Are you seeking feedback, encouraging content sharing, or prompting questions? Clear intent shapes how you frame the CTA. For example, instead of "download our ebook," try "tell us which topic you'd like covered next," or "share your biggest challenge with us." This subtle shift invites participation rather than passive consumption. Next, leverage personalization and context to make CTAs relevant and timely. Utilize data-driven insights such as browsing behavior, past interactions, or purchase history to tailor messaging dynamically. A user who has recently browsed product reviews may see an invitation to join a live Q&A session with experts, rather than a generic newsletter sign-up prompt. This relevance increases the likelihood of meaningful engagement because it aligns with current customer interests. Incorporate interactive elements directly within your CTAs whenever possible. Polls, quizzes, sliders, or comment prompts embedded in emails or landing pages can turn one-way messages into two-way exchanges. These tools not only provide valuable customer insights, but also create opportunities for users to feel heard and involved in shaping their experience with your brand. Ensure seamless multi-channel consistency by designing CTAs that function cohesively across platforms, from social media posts to chatbots and mobile apps. The same conversational invitation should adapt naturally depending on where the audience encounters it, without losing clarity or purpose. For instance, a CTA asking for input might link from an Instagram story poll to a community forum discussion thread. Finally, measure success through both qualitative indicators and traditional metrics, such as click-through rates or conversions. Monitor the volume and sentiment of responses generated by your interactive CTAs, and track how these engagements influence longer-term relationship markers, such as repeat visits or advocacy behaviors. Use this feedback loop to continually refine your approach. By transforming calls to action into genuine conversation starters, tailored for each touchpoint and audience segment, marketers can break free from linear funnel constraints and cultivate adaptive ecosystems where customer voices guide ongoing dialogue and growth. Leveraging real-time data to personalize engagement responsibly and effectively. Many marketers assume that personalization driven by real-time data means simply bombarding customers with offers or content based on every click or interaction. This misconception often leads to intrusive experiences that feel more like surveillance than service, undermining trust rather than building it. In reality, responsible and effective personalization is less about immediate reaction and more about thoughtful adaptation, using data not just to respond, but to anticipate needs in ways that respect customer privacy and preferences. Real-time data offers a unique advantage, the ability to understand context as it unfolds. For example, a customer browsing winter gear during an unexpected cold snap may appreciate timely recommendations tailored to the current weather conditions, rather than generic product suggestions based solely on past purchases. However, this requires systems that integrate multiple data streams, from behavioral signals and transaction history to environmental factors, and apply them through adaptive algorithms designed to achieve relevance without overreach. Transparency plays a crucial role in striking a balance between personalization and responsibility. Customers are increasingly aware of how their data is used and expect clear communication around consent and control. Brands that are successful in leveraging real-time data openly share what information they collect, how it enhances the experience, and provide straightforward options for users to manage their preferences. This approach not only builds trust but also fosters deeper engagement by positioning the brand as a partner rather than an intruder. A practical framework for implementing real-time personalization begins with defining specific business objectives aligned with customer value, whether that's increasing retention, boosting average order value, or enhancing community participation. Next comes establishing robust data governance protocols to ensure accuracy, security, and compliance with regulations, such as GDPR or CCPA. Ultimately, iterative testing of personalized interactions across channels reveals which tactics resonate most effectively without overwhelming the audience. Case studies from adaptive marketing leaders reveal common success patterns, including cross-functional collaboration between analytics teams, creative strategists, and technology partners, investment in flexible platforms capable of processing diverse datasets instantly, and a commitment to ongoing dialogue, not just automated messages, that evolve based on user feedback. For instance, one retail brand integrated real-time inventory levels with local store events communicated via social media chats, delivering hyper-relevant updates that increased foot traffic while respecting customer communication preferences. Ultimately, leveraging real-time data responsibly demands shifting the mindset from more data equals better targeting toward better use of relevant data equals meaningful relationships. When done right, this approach transforms multi-channel engagement into a dynamic conversation where customers feel seen and valued, not tracked, and brands gain sustained loyalty grounded in mutual respect rather than fleeting transactions.